Dre, just kind of recap your summer. What workouts were like for you? Maybe some things that you kind of wanted to take from your experience from spring and just kind of apply this summer.
A big emphasis was probably like my release game, just getting off press coverage. I haven't really been too accustomed to going against a lot of heavy press man, so I'll probably say like that's the biggest focal point that Coach KB and some of the other receivers in the room told me that it's probably something I need to work on. So like I said, that was the biggest vocal point over the summer. Training, just getting that down pack and just putting on some more weight for sure.
How'd you feel that went? Maybe where you thought you were against press to kind of where you're at now. I'm sure you feel like still more work to go, just natural with any kind of progression.
I feel like it's been a pretty good process. You got to trust the process. You feel me? It had some negative things in my game that I had to eliminate. So me and the guys were just working that before practice or after practice. Coach KB just hammering me down, just some things that I need to change, and I feel like it's going pretty good. You got to still trust the process, but I like the process so far.
How about you as a receiver? You said you hadn't worked as much with press. Is it more experience with either jams or just off coverage, or maybe either other things that you've kind of going against other corners that you have more experience doing?
I've had more experience with like off man, secondary releases, stuff like that. It's the hard press something I had to get used to or more accustomed to. So I can say that that's probably the main thing for sure. I'm used to everything else. It was just in the SEC, there isn't really a lot of press man as it is in the ACC or how it is here, how our DBs play. So I can say that was the main focal point, the main focus, and just finishing plays for sure.
Stay with the DBs you face here, the corners you face here. You're able to get some good work, particularly at press. Those guys in particular, how have they helped you? Each one of them kind of different, has their different style, but just what has it been like getting used to those guys all the time that you've been here so far?
I feel like it's been pretty good. I feel like we have the best DBs in the ACC, so if I can go against these guys and make plays or do what I have to do, then I feel like when it comes game time, it's just going to be routine for me. It's been great because, like I said, I feel like this is the best DBs that I will face this year is on our team, so I feel like that's the best thing for us.
Jay, one thing that I'm curious about is outside receivers, and not necessarily particular with this offense, just offenses in general. Sometimes there's routes that, not like a decoy or a bus ticket type route, you still have to run it right, even though you might not be the one in the progression. What's that like? You've been, you're an experienced guy. What's that like to essentially run your routes the way you're supposed to run them, even if you're not top of the progression read?
For me, I call that log routes, love of the game. You do what's best for the team. Like, of course, I'm not going to get the ball every play, or the guy next to me not going to get the ball every play. But if I have a chance to run the route perfectly, and my teammate can get the ball, then that's a win for both of us. So I would just say, just helping your teammates out, being the best teammate you can be. And if you feel like it's a decoy route, like just run as best as you can because it can be a positive game for the whole team.
Also, I want to ask you too, outside receiver, you're paying attention to the guy you're lined up against, obviously, but the nearest defender, maybe it's a linebacker, how much you pay attention to him, the safety over the top, just how much thinking you have to do when you look at a play as an outside receiver, and not just, you're trying to beat your man, but there's also other guys on the field you have to pay attention to. Can you walk me through that process?
Yes, sir. So I say when I line up, you just look for the triangle between the corner, the nickel, size, linebacker, and the safety. So the triangle will tell you everything you need to know. So it's really not that complicated. It can be because some teams are really good at disguising what they're in, but some teams just line up and just show you. So this first thing to do is look at the triangle that they create, and that'll pretty much tell you the coverage like off rip. But like I said, some teams, like our defense, we're pretty good at disguising it, but some teams just line up and just, hey, this is what coverage we're in.
So then pre-snap and what to do, essentially how to attack it. Last thing for me, just you've been through fall camps before. The keys for you or your mindset going into a fall camp to get you ready for the season, what's kind of your thought process and how do you approach it?
Just be 1-0. You feel me? It's us against us right now. So I just be 1-0. Just get the plays down packed like the back of your hand, and just be comfortable in offense. Just know what you're here to do, what is your goal in the system, what the coaches want you to do in the system. So I feel like just master what you're in the offense for. This is what fall camp is for sure.
Last thing I want to mention, I remember seeing here at camp, over here, you were here as a high school player.
Yes, sir.
What do you remember about you then and kind of your experience then, and then kind of a full circle or just the way things gone, your journey to today, kind of then to now?
It's been a huge full circle. Yeah, I remember being out here 7-on-7. I think that was like my junior year of high school, I think. So it's just God does everything for a reason. I feel like He wanted me to come back here. So I mean, I'm grateful to be here. I'm grateful for the opportunity, and I love my teammates. So I feel like this is the best thing for me. I feel like I did what's best for my career and my family. So I feel like everything happens for a reason, for sure.